It's about music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for your authority. Let it come take your love in. Crime stopper here for us. In the sector to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk enemy, you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop the crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stop the crime for all of us. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop the crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop the crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop the crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop the crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stop the crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop the crime for all of us.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start up top. Come on, celebrate T20, but put it to EGK.
A very warm and pleasant good morning, folks. We want to welcome you to another brand new edition of the program from the Brand News. My name is Esther Daku. Of course, it's good to be here on this Tuesday. I want to recognize our sponsors, Maiba and Sons Incorporated. We want to recognize Exodus Best Price Store on the Galley Street and Old Road. We also want to recognize Maiba and Sons Incorporated. They are the reasons why we are running, we have this platform to talk about every other thing we talk about here. So I'm being joined this morning by one of our Radio LIB partners, Ali Masale. Let's see if we can have Ali on. Good morning, Ali.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Labri. We're glad to be here this morning. How's our country?
Well, the country is here. I mean, the country is big enough. So
That's good.
Yeah, and we're here. So, folks, wherever you're joining us, like usual, we like to look at 2 dailies on our decks every morning. But today we don't have a local. We have the online version of the Front Page Africa and the Daily Observer. We're going to be picking up stories from there. I see a lot of trending, very trending stories here. Things we've talked about, and new things still happening in our country. So let's run you through what we have on our decks as we are with the others to join us. Hopefully, our weather report man Tunis will join us and Gus. So let's see what we have from the Front Page Africa this morning. I see a lot of stories here. Hopefully, the internet is not going to be a challenge this morning. Hopefully, it's not going to be a challenge. Okay, so we have our
Well,
top.
Esther, why you people still having internet issue in the country? Why?
Okay. It is what it is. We don't know
The,
where.
the reason why I add this question, because I remember during this senatorial by-election in Nima County, you people had a ship that was to the port, breaking down the monument at the PHP Park because they said the president built the park, the monument or whatsoever was sitting on the fabric cable. So they were relocating them so that we can have stable internet connection in the country, because he built the area and then the fabric cable was lying under this or whatsoever they had there. So they were breaking those monuments down. And all this work was done. Why are you people still having internet issue? I thought that's why they broke that place down for, because the ship was already there to do the work.
Well,
And this is why I always ask the question.
this is
They
like
just decided to break that place down and use that as another means. Crazy.
this is a Liberia Aliu. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's just not okay. So we're kind of used to it now, and we're managing it like that until we can see, real something being done about it.
That's why when it comes to internet, what you pay for is what you are going to receive. These
Of
are
course.
things that the government should be able to pay good money for when it comes to internet service in the country, so that they can get a better internet service, but they prepare putting the money in their pocket. Like here, when you go to $15 plane, you will be using it time you get data to do nothing unless you go to your house, you use your house Wi-Fi. What you pay for is what you use. So that issue about breaking that place down was just another waste. They should be able to pay good money to get stable internet in the country. It was just a waste. That's all.
Right.
What they pay for is what they are getting. You like it, you can break the executive mansion down. When you not pay good money to get correct, stable connection, you will not get it. So let them be breaking all the places down. You know how many countries around the world they get 100-story building that cable line under it and they get stable internet, because what they pay for is not where you put the cable.
Okay, that's Aliyu Masale there. But let's see what we have on the Front Page Africa this morning. The top story here says cause for unity rise as war crimes court rift deepens at Justice Conference. And this story was posted this morning. We will take some lines from it. It says, I don't want to read a summary. Let's just go into the story. It says, what was intended as a forum to build consensus instead laid bare deepening divisions over Liberia's proposed war crimes court. At the Justice Conference in Monrovia last week, an ongoing public dispute between the Office of War and Economic Crimes Court of Liberia and a coalition of justice advocates led by the Independent National Commission on Human Rights again took center stage, airing tensions over who should lead the legislative process that would establish the court. The conference brought together leading Liberian and international transitional justice advocates, including victims and survivors group. It was organized by Liberian Civil Society Organization Initiative on Transitional Justice in partnership with the Danish Institute Against Torture, with support from the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. But rather than building unity, the gathering exposed a widening rift between the court's office and prominent civil society actors. That's what it says. Let's read more. It says a panel title, How Can Expectations for Transitional Justice Process Be Managed and Trust Generated, was dominated by the disputes which erupted after a decision by the Commission-led Civil Society Coalition to submit its own bill for the court without the office involvement. The official process, originally outlined by President Joseph Boakai, had anticipated the office would submit a bill that would establish the War and Economic Crimes Court and a National Anti-Corruption Court. As the War Crimes Court bill was delayed, the trust between civil society and the office grew. Civil society actors drew up their own bill. It was being praised by international actors. And it says Aaron Weir, executive director of the Ducourt Institute for Social and Economic Research, criticized civil society revolt. His organization signed a collaboration agreement with the office in 2025. He said civil society needed to rethink what he described as a sense of entitlement on justice and accountability issues by working with everyone. We have recognized that society is growing, the population is advancing, and there are new actors coming up, said Weir. We have to trust, we have to believe that they all have something to contribute. And so again, collaboration will require a change of attitude. Collaboration will require some level of modesty. Frederick Wyman, Director for Operations of the office, echoed the call for collaboration, but insisted that drafting and submitting a bill for the court fell squarely within the office mandate. We'll leave you here. Let's see more stories this morning. This is so very long, and we have a lot of stories here to look at. Also, we see this story from the court. It says Chief Justice Wednesday clarifies Prophet Key's summons, reaffirms due process, free expression. This is right here. I'm interested in this one. Let's read some lines from it. It says that Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, Yami Kwekwe Wednesday, has clarified that social media personality and self-styled Prophet Justin Opad Yenzin, popularly known as Prophet Key, has not been cited under contempt of court, stressing that the Supreme Court's action is rooted in constitutional due process and respect for freedom of expression. And let's see more lines. It says, addressing growing public speculation, the Chief Justice explained that why the Article 90, that's 1986 Constitution, guarantees freedom of speech and expression, it also vests the Supreme Court with final authority to interpret the Constitution and safeguard the administration of justice. The Constitution of Liberia gives freedom of expression. The same Constitution gives the Supreme Court the authority to interpret the Constitution and gather laws, so whatever it says is final, Councillor Quincy said. Background to the summons. According to Chief Justice, the court's decision followed that he described as a sustained public attack against the Supreme Court, including personal insults directed at the office of the Chief Justice and members of his family. In recent times, there have been attacks on Supreme Court, specifically on the Chief Justice and even the mother of the Chief Justice. The Supreme Court decided to cite him. He disclosed. Let's read some lines. Interesting. And it says that in recent times, there have been attacks on the Supreme Court, specifically on the Chief Justice and even the mother of the Chief Justice. The Supreme Court decided to cite him, he disclosed. And Councillor Quincy emphasized that the citation should not be misconstrued as a finding of guilt or a contempt ruling, noting that it is a procedural step designed to allow the respondent to be heard. The due process assured, it says Chief Justice confirmed that Prophet Key will appear before the full bench of the Supreme Court with legal representation to showcase why he should not be held in contempt. Prophet Key will be given due process in court. He will appear in court with his lawyer and give the court sufficient reasons why he should not be held in contempt, he said. He added that if the court finds the explanation satisfactory, no punitive action will follow. If he gives sufficient reasons, he will walk away as though nothing had happened, Councillor Quincy stated. The Chief Justice clarified the opening of the non-judicial circuit court in Norfolk County, where he reaffirmed the judiciary commitment to upholding constitutional freedoms while protecting the dignity and independence of the court. He reminded Liberians that the Supreme Court has consistently defended freedom of expression, but will intervene when conduct threatens the administration of justice or undermines public confidence in the judiciary. Councillor Wenze described recent personal attacks against the court as deeply troubling and capable of exposing the judiciary to ridicule the disrepute. It says in an official citation issued through the office of the clerk on February 4, Prophet Key was ordered to appear before the Supreme Court on Tuesday, February 10, 2026 at 3 p.m. The citation signed by Councillor Sam Mamulu, clerk of the Supreme Court, cited Prophet Key's alleged continuous and sustained barrage of invectives against the person of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, the Supreme Court, and other members of the bench, which the court has said exposed it to public ridicule. The communication made clear that the proceedings is a show cause hearing, not a declaration of contempt, and it is intended to allow the respondent to explain why sanctions should not apply. Chief Justice Wenze stressed that the Supreme Court is not hostile to criticism or dissent, including expression on social media, but drew a firm line between legitimate critique and abusive or insulting conduct. The court is not seeking to punish opinion, he said. It is enforcing the law and ensuring respect for judicial institutions. He rejected claims that the action was motivated by personal interest, explaining that contempt proceedings exist solely to protect the administration of justice. Late Monday, February 9, Prophet Key publicly acknowledged that he insulted the mother of Chief Justice, stating that he would not deny his conduct. He confirmed his intention to appear before the full bench to explain what he described as his unruly behavior, despite calls from some supporters urging him to disregard the court's citation. Well, that's what it is. Let's see more stories this morning. There's this story about a little girl who was burnt. But let's see the story. It circulated on social media, but we did not get the actual story of what happened. So let's have it. This is Front Page Africa, and they are trusted. Let's see some lines from this story. It says, 8-year-old girl allegedly burned by aunt in shocking child abuse case. Wow. Interesting. A disturbing case of alleged child abuse has sent shockwave across Monrovia after an 8-year-old child, Noah Dennis, who was reportedly burned on her hand by her aunt, sparking public outrage and renewed calls for stronger child protection enforcement. Little Noah was reportedly found in an unbearable condition at a waterside market where she was selling goods alongside her grand aunt. Her right hand bore visible burn injuries, drawing the attention of concerned citizens who later escorted the child to West Point Police Station. According to Noah's account, the injuries were allegedly inflicted by Helen Dennis, her aunt, and the daughter of her grand aunt, Ma Orita Dennis. Noah reportedly said the incident occurred after she took a biscuit out of hunger, which belonged to her aunt's child. In response, her aunt allegedly melted plastic bags in a fire and used them to burn her hands. The child father alleged that her grand aunt instructed her not to disclose the incident, fearing that the matter would reach the police. Despite the injury, Noah was allegedly taken daily from the Soul Clinic community to Waterside Market to sell goods while her wounds remain untreated. Wow. It says, for clarity, authorities confirmed that Noah was not living with his stepmother, but rather with her late mom's aunt, Ma Orita Dennis, following the death of her mother, who died in childbirth, according to reports. Noah and her elder brother were taken in by the grand aunt and brought to Monrovia. Reports indicate that Ellen Dennis has not yet turned herself in. Meanwhile, her mother, Ma Orita Dennis, has been held by authorities pending the appearance of the daughter as investigations continue. Residents of West Point have expressed deep frustration over the incident. One resident, Mr. Richard C. Sackhorn, who has lived in the community for over 16 years, condemned the treatment of children brought from rural areas and forced into street trading instead of being sent to school. Say you look at a 6, 7, or 8-year-old child becoming a breadwinner for a family, this is too bad, he said. If a child is brought from the interior, denied education, and forced to sell in the streets, this is child trafficking. He urged the President, Vice President, Minister of Justice, Minister of Internal Affairs, and other relevant authorities to intervene decisively, warning that compromising such cases will further expose vulnerable children to abuse. In a response, the Ministry of Justice, Children and Social Protection expressed deep sadness over the incident, describing it as an inhuman and a gross violations of Liberia's children's law, which prohibits torture, cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment of children. The ministry confirms that Noah Dennis is currently receiving medical treatment, psychosocial support, and child protection services at the Muscat Clinic. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection stated it is working closely with the Ministry of Justice to ensure a thorough and transparent investigation, stressing that anyone found responsible will be held fully accountable under Liberian law. The ministry also called on the public to report all cases of child abuse, exploitation, and gender-based violence, reaffirming its commitment to ensuring that every child in Liberia grows up in a safe, dignified, and nurturing environment. This is sad. It's a really, really sad thing to happen to a kid. But we have more stories here. This says CDC expels Senator Pennon, Councilor Bala, and Rep. Weah over alleged disloyalty. Let's see the story. It says the Opposition Congress for Democratic Change has announced the immediate expulsion of Senator Zoe Emmanuel Pennon, Councilor Kanyo Bala, and Representative Samson Weah of Sino County District 2, accusing them of disloyalty and collaboration with the ruling Unity Party. In a statement issued Monday, the CDC said the decision followed nearly 18 months of conduct by the three officials that allegedly violated multiple provisions of the party's constitution and bylaws, including sections 38, 39, 41A, 42, 44, 45, 46, and 47. According to the party, Section 47 of the CDC Constitution provides that membership may cease through written or verbal withdrawal, constructive withdrawal, or openly declaring loyalty to another political party, expulsion, and endorsed by the National Executive Committee, NEC, or DEF. Is that DEF? DEF, that's it. And it says the CDC accused the expelled officials of using public platforms to criticize and denigrate the party while aligning themselves with the Unity Party-led government which is said has failed to uphold the principles of good governance. The CDC does not condone such actions and affirm that these individuals are no longer affiliated with the party, the statement said. Warning to the public, it says the opposition party cautioned the public against engaging with the expelled officials in the name of CDC, warning that anyone doing business with them under the party's banner does so at his or her own risk. The statement signed by Anthony Janga A. Cole, national chairman of the CDC, said the explosions were intended to safeguard the party's integrity and serve as a signal to other members as the CDC repositions itself for the 2029 general elections. The CDC reaffirmed its commitment to what it described as its people-centered principles and vowed to continue organizing efforts to unseat the Unity Party government in the next election. Background on the expelled officials, let's take that, it's important. It says, just a minute. It says, the latest explosion add to a growing list of high-profile CDC members removed from the party over the past year. Among them is Representative Thomas P. Falla, the former deputy speaker who, along with several lawmakers, was expelled over alleged involvement in efforts to remove then Speaker J. Funanti Kofa. Councillor Kanu Bagbala previously served as spokesperson for the CDC campaign team during the 2023 legislative and presidential elections. Following the polls, he launched a centurizing movement which critics claimed marked a departure from the CDC in favor of alignment with the ruling Unity Party. Bala, however, has maintained that the movement is intended to place national interests above partisan loyalty. Senator Zoe Manuel Peno, a long-time CDC supporter from Grand Chita County, traditionally considered a CDC stronghold, has also been accused of critics of distancing himself from the party since the election of President Joseph Newman Boakai. Representative Samson Weir, a CDC lawmaker from Sino County, has similarly been accused of aligning with Unity Party and of supporting efforts to remove Speaker Kofa, though no disciplinary action was taken against him at the time. Well, that's the story there. Let's read one more story and then we can move on. Youth and Sports Minister. Let's open this. Youth and Sports Minister designate outlines plans to expand opportunities for young Liberians at confirmation hearing. We'll take some lines from this story. It says, Youth and Sports Minister designate Cornelia Crow has warned that a persistent cycle of dysfunction and dependency continues to threaten the stability of young Liberians, contributing to the growing social and economic challenges many are striving to escape. And it says, according to Crow, the pathway meant to guide young people from learning to skills to opportunity to livelihood, and livelihood to agency is either broken or non-existent, leaving many without clear direction or support. She stressed that rebuilding these pathways is critical to ensuring young Liberians become a productive and self-reliant citizens. Madam Crow, who currently serves as Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, made the remarks on Monday, February 9, when she appeared before the Senate Committee on Youth and Sports for her confirmation hearing at the Capitol building in Monrovia. Legacy of the past. It says she observed that the Ministry of Youth and Sports was established through a military decree at a time when the state control took precedence over opportunity. And legacy, she said, has contributed to cycles of war, instability, patronage, and violence. According to her, those cycles have left lasting consequences, including unemployment, trauma, despair, and a sense of inadequacy among many young people. What we must now do is deliberately shift to the future by building a clear pathways that give young people access to skills, opportunities, livelihoods, and ultimately agency so that they become the productivity and functional citizens our nation needs, Grass said. She emphasized that the current movement demands a ministry focused on preventing young people from inheriting the failures of the past or repeating the mistakes of the present. Crash stressed that the ministry must design predictable transitions for young people between the ages 15 and 35, placing youth development at the center of national policy. Born out of military decree during a troubled period in our history, the ministry's framework reflected state protection. Today, the task is different. Youth development must become the ministry's central purpose, she said. With nearly 75% of Liberia's population under 35 and more than 40% below 18, CRA described youth development as now not just a social issue, but an economic imperative, a governance necessity, and a national survival priority. She called for an ambitious planning budget that reflects Liberia's demographic reality and encouraged to rethink how government supports young people. We cannot read all of that, but this is how we end on the front page Africa. We will just take headlines from the Daily Observer. Hopefully, we're not going to have repeated stories, but let's have it. Let's have the Daily Observer. Okay. We have the Daily Observer right before us. This is the online version. And one of the top stories we see on this is Speaker calls for conference committee on AML agreement. The House Speaker's decision to form a conference committee raises constitutional and procedural questions since this committee is normally set up to settle differences. Okay, but we're not going to take all of it. Workers of the AML contractors AFCON stage protests over low wages, job benefits. And then we have as demolitions rise, ex-land administrator warns of growing land fraud. Senate pushes back as Bwaka seeks to unravel controversial TRDU. We brought that story on yesterday. CRA's youth reset. Can Liberia turn its youth lurch into a dividend? But that's it. And it says government polls to light up lo-fi. That's good news so far. These are all we're going to be looking at. Let's take a break. When we come back with our talking point. I think we have our weatherman is with us, but let's take a break. When we come back, then we will definitely jump into our weather report, and then we can jump into our talking point for today.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see pride unfolded, don't tell her in your hands for your authority. That it can't take your love. Come stop by here for us. In the sector to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you not talking, I mean you check. You wait for your safety. If you see don't keep it. I'm a part of the boy. Come stop the people bringing safety to your door. Come stop it crime and make it peace for them before. Come stop Liberia from the center to interior. Come stop keeping us safe. Let's stop it crime for all of us. Come stop the people bringing safety to your door. Come stop it crime and make it peace for them before. Come stop Liberia from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, crime stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Randy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so go with T20, but if to each chicken, be that living second.
Okay, welcome back, folks. If you are just joining us, you're listening to the program from the Print News here that comes on from Monday to Thursday, and on Friday we have the throwback. But let's bring our weather report man on now. Tunis, you're there. Welcome to the show. Good morning. We're not getting you, Tunis. Okay.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Liberia. Good morning, my friends. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Your weatherman from New York City, Staten Island. Our cold is improving a little bit over here in New York City. Over the weekend, we have a severe cold weather. We even went to a funeral. We went to we went to the graveyard. It was so tense. We couldn't even stay there for 5 minutes. That's how cold it was. It was below 10 minus. And the wind was very heavy. But for Liberia, for Monrovia now, as we speak, the weather stands as 85. Feels like 92. Mostly cloudy today. You won't see a lot of sun today. Mostly cloudy. When they say mostly cloudy, that means the sun will come and go, and the cloud will be over the sun. And you may not get any rain, even though there's a 20% rain in the afternoon, but don't worry about it, it may not rain. That's the weather today, and wind is only 6 miles per hour. Humidity is a little bit high. It's about 71%. So it's a little bit high. It's a little bit humid in the city of Monrovia. So be careful and be aware of that. Be a little bit careful how you go about, and you'll be sweaty even though the sun may not be extremely high like before, but it's humid. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to be the same as today, but you may experience a little bit of light rain. A little bit of rain or light rain, which this temperature will be 86, but it will feel like 93. And the wind will be 7 miles per hour. So don't depend on that wind. Don't depend on the wind because it's only 7 miles per hour, and the humidity is going to be the same as today. It's going to be a little bit humid. It's going to be 76 degrees. or 76% of humid. That's where you're going to be. So whatever you're going to be doing, you will know it's going to be humid. Your body temperature going to be hot when you are outside working. So you might experience that, and you can schedule any outside activity. You will be successful in doing it, but you will probably experience a little bit of rain. It's a little bit of rain, but the sun will be there too tomorrow. That's the weather for tomorrow. And Thursday, same as Wednesday. No big difference. What I say about Wednesday is the same thing you're going to experience on Thursday. Yeah, the temperature going to be 86, but it will feel like 93. The wind will be 8 miles per hour, and humidity going to be 76%. So the few days you're going to have a little bit, you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. All right, so prepare for that and make sure you come outside smelling good, because when it's sweaty and humid, your body odor become intense. You yourself, you can sometimes be a little bit, so be careful how you come out and how you get in between other people. Okay, so that's the weather so far for the day and tomorrow and Thursday. Make sure you get that. Thank you. Let me send control back to you.
Thank you so much. That's the weather report man there, Suleiman Hashim Tunis. But let's jump into our discussion. We had a lot of stories here we brought you this morning. I don't know whether Tunis will participate, whether he was listening, but there are a lot of interesting stories to talk about this morning. So I will send controls over to you guys, you and Aliyu. You can just show your light so we can get into our discussion.
Good morning, Aliyu. I didn't know you were here because you are invisible, not on the screen, so I can't tell. Good morning, Aliyu.
Aliyu's here.
Aliyu, are you there?
He's probably muted and doing something else.
Aliyu, unmute yourself. Okay, since Aliyu is not here yet, my take was on Athena before coming. I listened to you talking about some child abuse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and sometimes, some place somewhere in West Point area, a child. Right. I didn't get all the story, but I take a gist of it. Right now they're talking about child abuse. They should report it, but when they report these child abuse, the Child Abuse Bureau become selective in executing the child abuse cases. And they do some of it right broadly right in front of the entire country. Like, for instance, the two child abuse that happened with the government officials. One was arrested immediately, and one was let it go. It was lingering around like it's nothing. The deputy minister or assistant minister of youth and sport. And that thing lingered around until he was acquitted. He didn't even go to court. It took so long. And they came and just washed it in our face and said, they have investigated everything, declare him he's not the abuser.
So there's no need for court.
Yeah, no need for court. The IG became the judge, the jury, the prosecutor, everything. Now, when they go to West Point, they're going to arrest a poor woman or whosoever did that and make us to know that they are doing their job. Where are we going with these selective things? And then we think we are living in a civilized country. We are not sleeping. We are not stupid. We are saying they give you a responsibility to do a job, but you become selective. And the second thing is about this Chief Justice summoning the court clerk, summoning the Prophet Key for hearing. They telling us it's just for hearing to come and clear himself. If he's,
You heard the man sorted. You heard the man out of your family. Even your mother was added to it.
Yeah, they say we just want him to
I
come.
like the way it is proceeding, Tunis, because the fact that this have been done to other people. We all sat in this country. We witnessed when the cultural ambassador Judy was insulted by Prophet King. She went to the court. This guy was arrested, and somebody from the president office just called, and that guy was free that day. We did not hear anything about that case next, and that's what it is.
Well, Esther, forget about Judy and what about the highest office in the country, the president and his wife with the vice president? The same man insulted them. And all these people that are taking action today, they all were in power.
Exactly.
They didn't do their due diligence to call this man in court to ask him, why will you send an insult to the highest office? Causing a mother, and you want to tell me the chief justice is more better than the president of the country? They gave him a job to do. The only time he can do that job when it's right to his doorsteps. That's the country we live in yourself. So the chief justice ain't see anything to us. This is a countrified government we live in. All right, it's not a civilized country. When we say country, we all came from the country. Our parents were country people. It's just not because we went to school, we now expose ourselves to Western culture. But this is a countrified way of ruling. You cannot do that. The highest office, they gave you a duty. Like some crime is like, for instance, someone went and committed a crime, and the police have the right to arrest that person, but they don't arrest him. They're expecting the president to come arrest him while they give them the duty. You, the chief justice of the country, someone insulting the president and his wife with the vice president, women calls with his mother. You expect the president to react to it, or you, the chief justice, supposed to react to it?
Exactly.
You have the duty to do that.
It has to come to you, then you want to react to it.
Yeah, that's the only time you know that this man is insulting. Although we just want to bring him in, we're not bringing. Yeah, the thing I'm reading is right here.
And the funny part to this guy has never been hiding. The man registered to run for the senatorial seat and all of that. I mean, he's right in our faces, and he go ahead doing this every time. Somebody took his complaint to the court. The person went and high court sued him. What happened at the end of the day? His lawyer went there, and somebody called. I've forgotten his name from assigned the mansion court, and they released the man. At the end of the day, I remember right here. I know how
they talk were in favor of them. They talk were in their favor. So they told him, let that man go, because that man, he added to our being here today. But now the table turned around. Yeah. So they have to summon him to come and clear himself. If possible, he may now be arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, he's supposed to appear today by 3:00. So he might be on his way with it. And they told him to come with his lawyer. Why, if he was having no case, why he coming with a lawyer? Let's agree. You invite me to your studio just to come. You talk to me. You're not coming to interview me. You just coming to talk to me. Why are you telling me when I come in, I'm on dress official dressing? Why? And I'm not going to appear in front of your camera. Okay. No, look, the country we find ourselves in today, my sister, is not an easy country. The people who are in power today, they are selective. And this is coming back to haunt them in the long run. Their children, they all will be involved in this. The way they are going about this, government is going about dealing with people. Look at the amount of people they have feeding, they're giving to people, breaking their homes. Even Omer Bwaka's house is on the alley. They have to bypass it. The alley is not a stone that to say it cannot be changed. We're the one that made the alley. We can still say, oh, people living here now, so let's try to move the alley somewhere else. People building out here, but no compensation. People dying with all of this. They going way westward now. That westward, they're going to enforce the law.
Yeah.
Because that's somebody child they brought from the interior to come and take them to school. They aren't taking them to school, they are feeding them. And now you know this. What about the little girl, the 14 years old little girl that was abused? All right, that child is not important because why? The person is involved. The person who is involved because of that, they will not do anything. They let him go. They let him go. All right, but they arrested the guy who from NSA, right?
Oh, yeah.
What the guy names Peter Bonjala.
Moshala was arrested, yeah. Even though
Okay,
we don't know how far the case have gone, but as far as we
you
can
get nothing.
in
You will
police
not
court,
get nothing.
no,
All
that's
right,
right.
he's going to die down. The next thing here, they say they lie on him. That's how these cases go. But now, if the layman from West Point, from Nukutan, from Carrollton, from Douala, you will see how they would deal with him. He will be put in jail and they throw the keys somewhere way in the sea. You know? So, I mean, let me tell you, thank God you read this. And this is just experience for people who voted this government in power. And thank God they understand that confessing. I voted for them. I stood in the rain. I was in the dead of water. And this is my pay. I think you didn't some people that when you vote for him, he won't come back to enforce the law on you. Anyway, what happened to our brother today? He didn't show up.
Wendell, you said it yesterday that you will not make it today. So yeah.
This issue, morning, bro, Tunis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this issue about Prophet Key, you know, the Unity Party, they the one give birth to Prophet Key, they put it in your mouth when it comes to insulting people. Because when Prophet Key was doing it to the previous administration, Unity Party supporters, they in America, other part of the world, even in Liberia, these people you support money together, sending it to Prophet Key. They will sit near their radio, they get their phone, listening to Prophet Key, denigrating women. Like that woman born him, or he even said get woman home. They were the people that gave to him when he was a child. Today he grown up now. Like you said, where is the justice minister when Prophet Key insulted or Katumu Bwakai or Jeremiah Ku insulted all these people and their wives? The justice minister was there, he couldn't take action. But because of him now, Judy Anita when she threw Prophet Key to court, Kushu Ben Keita, one of Joseph Bwakai advisors, because the one president with 50 advisors. I don't know where we have seen that one in the world, but Liberia can set record. One president with 42-year experience get 50 advisors. Kushi Ben Keita was the one. He started to call the Kamara Abdullah, what kind of law that President we have put in place. So Prophet Key walk free. Why today you're summoning him for insulting the justice minister man or whosoever? Where were the justice minister when he was insulting President Baka Webb and other people in the country? Well, because he had reached to your door. You see, the time Prophet King was doing this when you guys were in opposition, President Baka being the odious man, people say you man of wisdom. They men were carrying all this kind of insult. What are you supposed to do? You call him, you post up to him. This is not good for our country. Not because we are in opposition, but you're destroying, you're getting tete. When you can call out doing the same thing, the Unity Party. Then today I want to go after Prophet Key. The same Prophet Key, but after all of this insult, you were with your in Nima Kante, running campaign. I don't really know this government what they are offer. So are they trying to say that they want to change things around? They want to set precedent on Prophet Key so that they will be able to shut down freedom of speech in the country? Because if you like Prophet Key or that maybe just saying something, if you have been arrested, you like him or because he insulted the justice minister, mother or whosoever, then that will put fear in other people now. You can go on Facebook now to insult. You can go on radio to say anything they will come after you. And for me, actually, when it comes to this thing, someone Prophet Key, that's just my question there.
But when it comes to trying to post up to some of these things, I stand and I will support it, because we can say, oh yeah, Liberia was founded on Christian principle, it's a Christian nation. Any corner you pass, you will see board, you see church, we into God basically. Any small thing, president will say, let's fast and pray. And then you see people that they can just go on the radio, people go on social media cursing, government officials, any little thing you will see them cursing. This is not good for our country. We are African, we have tradition, we have culture, and our cultural value and traditional is not good for us. You see, government can try to put measures in place to put some limit on this kind of thing, even though, yeah, they are freedom of expression, but you have to be careful what you say. Everything get limit. It's almost like your right. Everybody have a right, but your right has a limit. But the issue about Prophet Key, they don't want to give breath to him. They don't want to encourage him. When he started it, if they were not paying attention to him, sending him money to make him to be a celebrity today for cursing women and other people, they don't want me Prophet King to be celebrated, the Unity Party. So I don't really understand. And why you just say about the president who be on the alley, I don't know if you listen to the public works minister yesterday, he cleared the air that the president horse is surrounded by alleys. So I don't know what he tried to say. If you say the president horse is surrounded by alley, like I said yesterday, those people living around the president now should get ready, because there where another demolition is coming to take place. Because if the public works minister can say the president horse is surrounded by alley and they're trying to clear all of these alley, so those people around the president should just get ready. Well, I know as to whether you were understanding yourself. Why you will say the president is surrounded by alley? I still try to understand that.
I'm not even cutting you off. They always blunder like this. Mo Ali did not go to the interview with CDC record.
Yes, Mo Ali did the same thing. You can say the president is surrounded by alley. So why almost like the way we learn in school, and alley is a piece of land surrounded by water. So now the president horse is on land that's surrounded by alley. So all the people that get horses around the president horse, you just get ready. You start making your plan B. So anytime when they talk about coming to clear your horses, it shouldn't be strange to you. But this is the Unity Party government. They keep contradicting themselves. You see, but why the public works minister said yesterday, it makes no sense. I'm still trying to understand it. But any small thing they want to come in defense, because people are saying, oh, the president horse is on an alley and they're breaking down people places. So he coming to make the air clear, he coming to defend that. So now nobody should be thinking that the president horse is on an alley, but it's surrounded by alley. So those people that build their houses around the president, they are coming to clear them. But that is it. Like you said, people are coming. We voted for this government. We're in the rain. We're in the sun. Why you sow is why you reap. Yes. This is why when George Weah wanted to build the PHP pipe, and he knew that people been over there for a very long period of time. Why he did? He went by. He called a public works minister. He called a people. What can we do? Even though we want to develop the land. These are your people that government there, yes, but see the time they been there. See how the country is. This is the man you say he was not a presidential material. He's a novice. But we saw how he took people from government land and he developed this land, and we never saw this kind of thing happening in the country.
Oh, no.
You see, he was able to put measures in place. This is somebody you say he knows nothing about government. But the man who you're clean, he spent for the 2 years in government, he get the experience, he's a man of wisdom. See what is happening in the country. And coming to tell his citizen, oh yeah, God is not creating new land anywhere. God is not creating new land. Is this how a man of wisdom speak? When your people are in tears, they're waiting to hear from you. When the president speak, they will be ready, they get some hope. And you coming to tell them, what we expected from you? All my people here, we know what is going on. The 72nd is for the army, but now our people are there looking at what is going on. I'm going to talk to the army. Even if we move the people, but let's get time. Let me see what to do about my citizen. A man of wisdom, this is how somebody with wisdom speak. Somebody who get experience, somebody who there for their people. But to come, they even ask you if you will have or chance on the people. What's what you asking them who people? God is not creating more than the army deserve for better life.
It's
So make it to make sense with me. Somebody with wisdom. Is that how they can speak? Is that how a leader speak? But everything they will defend, they will say, oh yeah, a good, the paper might be straight up to them instead of bending the rule. You don't behave like that. That government gets so many land. You can say, okay, the army, the player belong to you. While what people been here so many years, this, go and talk with them. I will give you another place. So if the army not go to that place, meaning that they are not existing, this is so sad for our country. But people who brought the calamity upon us, they are feeding the more than we do.
And what's so strategic on that 72nd land that the army have to occupy, you know? And like you said about this, summoning this man to court today, to the Chief Justice. What is right to put stop to these abusive world on social media and other places. It's right. But don't wait till it get to your doorstep before you take action.
Exactly.
Okay? You can do it out of nowhere. Say, look, it been happening. But we are from a civilized country. We have to penalize people whosoever on social media and using these abusive word on government official or anybody, even like abusing women like that. We don't tolerate that. That's fine. When we come to you as a Chief Justice, are you higher than the president or are you better than other people that this thing they've been doing to them? It's not fair.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're trying to say here.
Exactly. Because this is something that has been happening for so long. There are a lot of people who have had issues with it, God, and when the cultural ambassador took up the bold step, taking him to court and all of that, he came to the country and he was invited. She had the right. You cannot stay there or you cannot sit there. Somebody go and just defame your character, use social media. You know how many people listen to that thing? It was not just we Liberians that listened to that man. You got people every part of the world. Somebody sit on a social media page, lie on you, insult you, include your family in it, and you're telling the person that they do not have the right to sue this person. One person can just get up from their high office and decide to, place a call and release that person. This is wrong. So it should not just be about you because you are the Chief Justice. Every other person that guy did something to in this country that took him to court and you guys play with it, you people shouldn't even be thinking about inviting Prophet Key to wherever in the first place, because you already proved to us that Prophet Key is right to insult anybody he wants to insult. This is why you have shown us all these years. This is not something that's just happening today. This has been happening for a very long time. Prophet Key went to social media. He shared, he had people, children, nude videos. He said a whole lot of things about. These are all wrong. Don't you have those things in the laws? Are there no laws backing these things? So it should be today that he insulted the Chief Justice. He insulted the justice system. Now you're calling him now. And they even promising that they ain't plan to arrest the man. They will go through his, how you call, he should just come with a lawyer and all that black. And y'all want all to be happy and say, they arrested Prophet Key. Prophet Key is going to get the full way of the law. We're not going to be happy about it.
If he didn't commit any crime, he should just walk there by himself. He doesn't come. He doesn't need no lawyer behind him, right? But they may even scared now. They make him to know that he got case on him. That's why they say come with a lawyer.
Of course.
People think we are stupid.
But the man is bold in the rudeness. He's bold in it. You myself can come across his stuff sometimes, even though I don't follow him. But people share his stuff. Sometimes you just throw in, you will come across some kind of thing he's saying. It's sad.
You should see the picture they got on him on social media. You should see that picture. The way the picture looking. And you know how the picture when we're a little boy, how we can cause that and the picture that on it. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that picture they get it all on Facebook. You see, open your mouth like kind of way here. You
Yeah,
see, this thing they are not good for our society. We rather need to work on some of these things. You see,
and the man we're going to make what senator.
yeah, for Nima Kante. Yeah.
And the point is, you would be surprised that people will go to the polls and vote a man like that.
Of course, they will do that. There are people.
Yeah, Liberians can do that because when they hate you, they can do anything to get rid of you. They don't care the consequences who they bring in there, and this is where we are today. Because of people hate for George Weah, they say, oh, even when Joseph Boakai died, their valley will put it in the mansion. Yeah, because they hate George Weah so much, and this is the calamity they brought upon the country today. Your hate for George Weah has caused disaster for the entire country because you hate one man. So Liberia can do that. Maybe Prophet King will be erased with somebody and everybody hate that person. They say, yeah, we will show to you that we hate you. We'll put Prophet King there. So Liberia good at doing that. The example is Joseph Boakai today. They are our country there going backward. The next administration get more work to do because these people, they are damaging our country beyond repair. So the next administration, you coming to start as if to get her early started when she took over after the war. That's how it's going to be. Because they are breaking all the systems, damaging our country. Good. Those people, they didn't come to rescue you. They came to arrest Liberians and enslave them. That's what going on in the country right now. See how people are homeless. You see people sleeping in school, baby, churches and tea. This is how we were during the war. Mr. Tuni, you know that. You see? People sleeping in churches, mosques, school buildings and things, displaced. And see how today we are in the country like we still fighting war. Things when you see this kind of thing, you take your mind back during the war. Just carry on demolition everywhere. That you get no plan of developing these areas.
Yes.
So, but that's Liberia for us. People will learn tomorrow when you come to elect somebody, don't elect them to say, oh yeah, the person being government for 50 years, they get experience, this and that. So Joseph Boakai is a key study now for everybody. Not how long you spend in government, but how well, what did you do? What Joseph Boakai achievement? All the time he said you spend in government. There is nothing he himself can brag about. All the places of work. But you put in there because you hated George Weah so much. And this is the consequence of what you wanted. Every election had its own consequences, so that here we are in today. And Esther, there's an old lady yesterday at Toke OK and even on True FM. At those listening to us, there's an old lady. I saw a video. That old lady, she was part of the invasion. She's very old. She crying for the government to come to her aid. They been over there, send 90 and her husband got blind. And when you listen to that video, it's so emotional. And I'm asking everybody to please try. I need her number. I need to establish contact with her. We really want to have a conversation with that old lady. We want to reach out to her. So those of you that came across that video, if you know where that old lady is, try to reach to Freedom FM, Kings FM, whosoever, so they can be able to see how I can get in touch with her and send my team to meet her and see what we can do. Yeah, because she even gets sleeping play right now at the first thing. So please.
You remember the platform you watched it on?
It was KOK yesterday, KOK, and even True FM. Yes. Yesterday, KOK were playing it, and I also told him about it, and he was telling people, anybody know any information about the old man, they should reach out to him so he can be able to send it to me.
If you have any information about her, just let us know.
Yeah.
Ready so he can reach out to her. I mean, it's sad, to be honest. One of the videos I even watched where Kwame Opa went live were the ones that happened, the one that happened right here in District 8. I mean, look at the people condition right now. Some of them who don't have anywhere to go, they just lay something on top, and just lay on it to sleep at night. It's sad.
Esther.
Esther, that how we were doing the war, that how we were looking in our country, and now that the same condition what people are in now, like we are still in the war. Yes, this is how people were sleeping during the war. Yes. When they never meet you that way you can sleep because you get play in the day you go whole day looking for food. When that can where it meet you just spread your day blanket. It almost like the homeless people in America, yeah. They get a comforter and tea with them. In the day, they pass it around when darkness reach, anywhere it meet them, they spread a comforter and tea and where they will sleep. In the morning again, they pack it, they move it around. So that's how our country was doing the world, and this is why our people going through now under an elected democratic government with all 42-year-old experienced president. Yes, that's the period for us.
The budget in $1 billion. But let's go to the telephone lines now. Let's engage the audience. Let's hear what's your take on the various discussions we've had or the various stories we read here today. Let's hear from you. Call us on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. These are the numbers. Those of you following us online, drop your comments. You can also call us on our WhatsApp number +231 86 500 104. For only those that are outside of Liberia, please, if you are here, use the local lines. Thank you. So let's have our first call on the line. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I think you're so.
Yeah.
I need my Makwita calling from Oro, the community.
Welcome, Makwita.
Yeah, so you know when you play okra, like only okra, you have it. Perfectly cause Judy any care. Judy carry perfectly to go. Push it that defend it, you say for cancer and you will have.
Oh yeah.
The person that defended perfectly, they were from your office. They have wanted the point get a go anywhere free and carrying Lima. On the campaign trade, you say a whole lot of things there. But you know, I can always say after this all that we are selling in washing. What people do, they will reap. And people crying now, they cleaning, they say, oh, I put that for you, I swear about for you, what we expect, and I hear you do you. When you laugh on somebody, when you call on somebody, laugh on the thing what they do, you say that behavior, God can expose you. And God will expose we the people that can work for ourselves. So we are not suffering. So we are children who will never suffer. If it's down to the chicken here, you will not suffer.
Oh yeah.
We the one will suffer. God will bless evil against ourselves. We share what harming God. But today, look at it. Everywhere they go there, they disgrace. We are criminal water school. We are all on the station. Why you can't go on with why your promise is like people? Every time when you open your mouth, and job we are. When you open your mouth, and job we are the solution to the development and the prayer for the my people. For God, I tell you, thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome. Oh, operation failed. The line is so jammed. Hello, welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Go ahead quickly. We have others on the line.
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, my name is Anita. I'm calling from the resident.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about the topic of the incident that took place on Street.
The what?
The incident that took place on 4th Street.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. The people that said that they were trying to crucify George Weah, today the crucifixion have come back to their territory. In short, some of those people that facing those challenges today, they are not all of them were the same as George Weah. Now the 5% of them, they were against George Weah, thinking that this government will be the best for them. And they never knew that this government will stand against them, but today they are taking what they put them for in future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's take this other line. Let's see who's on it. Okay, no one's there. Let's take this person. Hello, welcome. Caller, are you on the line? Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Esther?
I'm okay. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is the common point chairman, and I told you from something is before. Do you want to release my name? my life?
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. That's all. Also, you see, these people are like making fun of the Liberian people. There's something called the Table Mountain Declaration. It declared this speech. They were signing the law. In fact, it's the reformed version of Article 15. So I know when you go and say, as a living as the law or legal petition, or just somebody calls the bank or the court of the court. So what are you doing? Are you changing the law like the police are not changing the law? Is that how we can change the law in Nigeria? But that's not just the thing. That's not just the thing. If the law is being changed now, by what we see, then what become of Anthony Kisely? Go to Facebook. Check out all fellow, check a post. The man will literally insult women. And guess what? The guy went right in Waka office. He's a deputy minister for state and presidential. I say, that kind of man, that kind of old man who working in a presidential office. They say the family traditional woman. But after that, they can leave for that office and go course of favor. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. Look, Esther, another example, you can comment is not ready. Look, that day, Esther, you saw the phone when they went for the groundbreaking or whatever they call it. So I said, what they're dancing with everybody, including Kotumu Baga and Joseph Baga. That what he did, that is a public endorsement that what I ought to tell us, that these people are endorsing Rodney Marcos and Marcos were in, Marcos were endorsed right there. When we get from the information ministry, and a social course, so if they're really ready to carry the course, they got to go and get all these people in line today and take them along with Prophet Key. And they will not still be right when they do that because the laws are on a book. You will not do it and find out and say, you know, roll back on harmonization when harmonization is a law and pass by legislature in the country will teach it law, we can go to the first place of government. They're the ones that do the thing. They're not executive. They're not judiciary. They say, I know you, my papi. You know I know you, what we're talking about. Look, papi, you know the law are on book, that what you are there to enforce. They will not there. Please go across the road, across again, there's a one score on the first branch of government, the legislature is right there. Here there, the other lawyer, they don't work on the father, they change it, they strap it. How they can do it? But you didn't leave a certain law, you want to circumvent our laws, you want to change your goalposts again. We enjoy the game,
Go cross major roads, don't cross on the cross where the boat catch you pay follow you. All right, then thank you for calling. Let's go to another person. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon, welcome to the show. What's your name and where you joining us from?
Thank you. My name is doing this educated conversation from the place where our people are living in worry, where demolitions have taken over. Today we're going to community. Yes, today we're going to community as I speak to you. There are much people out here.
Slipway,
community.
Oh, wow.
But the people are living in worry.
Damn.
I mean, there's a black living in their issues and focusing on issues that are not substantial. The issue that we confront in this community is monitoring, no popular tree in this community, no access to safe drinking water. They are leaving that primary issues and focusing on minor issues on road. Because let me tell you, say we're going to war, it is our major war. What is it? Economic stability that say we're going to war with the country. These are things you look at the podcast. We see all two people that are the podcast. But people never listen to us. The rescues team, those are in the rescue team, never listen to us. The message to the good people, the poor people, they want to buy to get for this. It's affecting every one of us. To the extent that we're killing all our
calling. Let's pick our last caller for today. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for that program. I want to tell the people that's what my name is George Driver. I'm calling from Zimbabwe.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's my one. Those that talking about Georgia is the best man out there because they know Georgia was the best man when they put them for one time. So all I want to talking is just talking for formality. They don't let Georgia. But I'm telling them now, 2029, they will know that Georgia will do this country. They are conscious beating them. So they're talking. They want one head. They know that they voted for the president. Why they can't go to eat to their home? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. So that's what it is. Don't see your friend house being, demolished in another community and you're looking at it and you're smiling. You don't even know whether your community is next, because I see that this demolition thing is just happening everywhere. Someone talking about slipway houses have been marked. The people on the Bushra Island too, their homes were also demolished, or their homes will be demolished on the 18th of this month of February. I mean, a lot of people hearts are in worry. Let's keep praying for one another, because I mean, this is a seriously disheartening thing. We understand that when they say, there has to be development, people are going to feel hurt, people will feel pain and all of that. It is what it is. So a lot is happening. We're hoping that this government will not just keep doing what they're doing, because it's sad that people don't even have anywhere to go to. Imagine somebody coming to take you from your home. You don't have the finance to even go and rent. It's a sad thing. It is really, really sad. Very sad. But let's in control, so the guys there, Tunis and Aliyu, you can just close up so we can go.
Aliyu, are you there?
Aliyu is off. Ali's now with us. He's gone.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us this morning to the afternoon. You can follow us this evening by 11 tonight. We have a sister program called the Nighttime Spin, so we can talk more about these issues that we just discussed. Be there, myself will be there, and Anthony Stephen. It'll be a beautiful discussion. At that time, most of you will be sleeping, but if you have time, you can join us. It's a 2-hour program called Nighttime Spin. Thank you again, Esther. Let's just pray for Mama Liberia, so that we can get good leadership, not those selective leadership we're in right now. Please let us all, the churches, the mosques, the Ramadan is coming. Ramadan is next week. Next week we'll be here. So let us double up our prayer for Mama Liberia, please. Again, this is your good friend, Suleiman Hashim Tunis, coming to you live from Radio Arabi here on Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station in the nation capital. Again, we say good day for you, and watch your weather. It's going to be very hot today. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, good. I come to anything from me, sir.
All right.
That first. We got to go. We'll be here on tomorrow for the midweek edition of the program from the Print News. My name is Esther Daku. Suleiman Hashim Tunis was here. Aliyu Masali was also here. Thank you to all of you who called, who listened, who dropped your comment. It was good having you watch the show with us. Do have yourselves a great day until we meet again tomorrow. Bye-bye.